Hi everybody, I'm Margot True. I'm the food editor here at Sunset Magazine in Oakland, California. And today I'm with Chase Henriksen, who's the bar manager at Duende, a fantastic Spanish restaurant in Oakland. And some colleagues and I went to Duende pretty recently and watched Chase make incredible tonics. Now, if you guys don't know that much about tonics, they are really the hottest thing right now in the cocktail world. And if you are into cocktails, you've probably had a few really interesting ones. And if you haven't, you're about to learn, because Chase is going to take us through 3 of the amazing tonics that he makes at Duende. So Chase, can you tell us a little bit about what these are? And then I'm going to ask you a bit more about tonics in general.
Yeah, so this pink one right here is going to be the classic quinine-based tonic. You know, quinine's that essential bitter flavor that you get in your gin and tonic, your standard tonics. This one is one that we made with turmeric. Is the main ingredient. We subbed out the cinchona bark, which is that quinine flavor. So it's turmeric, coriander, cardamom, a lot of those nice flavors. And then this one on the end is going to be our green pepper tonic that we make. So that's, again, we subbed out the turmeric, or we subbed out the cinchona bark for poblano peppers and serrano peppers and lots of lime and stuff like that, so it has a nice green pepper flavor and also a little bit of spice.
Wow, amazing. Well, and you know, you guys are going to hear more about this in a second, but there could not be a more perfect day for Chase to be showing you how to make these tonics, because it's going to be like 90 to 100 degrees in the Bay Area today and tomorrow, and I think through the weekend. So this will be the perfect thing to make in the days ahead. Okay, so why don't you start us off by telling us a little bit about what tonics are for those who only know them from gin and tonics and haven't explored this?
Yeah, so originally tonic was created in East Asia back in the colonial days. People were getting malaria all the time from mosquito bites, and it became knowledge that if you got quinine in your system, mosquitoes didn't want to bite you. So the only place quinine naturally occurs is this tree bark, cinchona bark. That stuff right there.
Can you guys see this? It looks like mulch, but it's really interesting mulch. How do you say this again? Cinchona?
Cinchona or cinchona.
Okay. And it's the bark of a tree?
Yep, exactly. That grows in the rainforests of South America and also East Asia.
And also East Asia, so India too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. How interesting. And all it is just chunked up bark.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, chunked up, dried bark.
Okay.
So originally, the tonic drink was just ground cinchona bark and water, and it was super bitter and didn't taste good. And then, Westerners and Europeans would start adding lemongrass and sugar, and that's kind of the beginning of the evolution of the tonic that we know today.
And then lots of gin.
Lots of gin, vodka, anything they can get their hands on with a little alcohol in it, I'm sure.
Right. Oh, fun. So if you guys are wondering where to get this, you can get it. Well, your source, and we love this place too. It's right here in Oakland. It's called Oaktown Spice Shop, and you can get this online.
Yeah.
How much does a bag like this cost? And can you get it smaller?
You can get it much smaller. That is a restaurant-sized bag, and that was about $100. But you can definitely get smaller. They also have kits there, but it's much more fun to make your own, figure it out. But yeah, they sell it in any size from a cup's worth to 3-4 pounds. Okay, great. Well, so shall we start off with the classic? We shall.
Since it's the basis for these others.
So it's pretty simple once you figure out how to do it and you figure out your ingredients. So right here we have our cinchona bark. It's about half a cup. So we're going to get 1.2 liters of water going, which we have over here.
Oh, and I should ask, how many drinks will this make?
This will make about 1.5 liters of the tonic syrup, and you use about an ounce per drink, so a lot of drinks.
Can you freeze it?
You can't freeze it, but we put a little citric acid in there. Well, you probably could freeze it, but we put a little citric acid in there to help preserve it. So.
Okay, so it'll last. Oh, and by the way, you guys, if you have questions for Chase while he's doing this, please ask. And Kendra, who's off camera, will read them and your name, and Chase will answer.
I'll do my best.
All right, thanks. And if you have any friends who are going to be hot and thirsty in the coming days, and you know there are going to be a lot of them, share this link immediately so that they know what's going on. Okay.
Sounds good. So what I like to do is I like to get the cinchona bark right in that water. Let the flavors start extracting first, because it's obviously the hardest, grittiest ingredient. It's going to take the longest time for the water to extract. So get that going right in the water immediately. We already have, like I said, the water boiling over here. So, I mean, essentially what we have there is the original tonic. But to make it a little more palatable, they started adding things like lemongrass, which we have here. It's a nice, beautiful stalk. So we're just going to slice this up.
So you can use the tough outer layers and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The whole, it's all tasty. And it has a beautiful smell. It just smells like lemon verbena, just the beautiful outsides of sweet lemons. It's quite nice.
Yeah.
So give that a nice, coarse chop. And then we're going to try to get all this in there. Let me see if I can. If you want to help me grab some of that.
Yes, I will. I'll bring it over for you. Okay.
Sweet. Let's
pour this in there.
pour that right in there. Exactly.
Ooh. Oh, it does smell so good.
And as you can see, that color is already extracting from the bark.
Oh my God, that's powerful stuff.
And that's where that nice red color comes from. So we're going to let that go for a little while.
So essentially, this bark makes you taste bitter to a mosquito.
Exactly. Makes your
Yeah.
blood taste bitter.
That's
and then
better
they don't
than-
want to bite you.
That's better than DEET.
Yeah, better than DEET, better than bug spray.
Why aren't these-
Citronella.
Seriously.
You can enjoy a good beverage, and you don't have to put a nasty chemical on you.
So just drink a lot of gin and tonics and burn a citronella candle, and you won't need DEET.
Exactly.
Okay.
So then what I like to add to like that nice bitter flavor, you can add things like kumquat or grapefruit peel. So we're going to add a little bit of grapefruit peel and a little bit of grapefruit juice. So we're just going to grab a normal vegetable peeler.
I notice you're using a Y peeler, which a lot of bartenders seem to prefer.
Yeah.
And what's better about a Y peeler?
I feel like I can get good torque on it.
Oh.
Just fits well in my hand. Also, they're quite easily replaceable.
Ah, okay.
And at the bar, we tend to lose a lot of tools randomly.
But you're getting such a nice big strip, a big wide strip.
Yeah. So we want to get some of the pith, but not too much. So you don't want to just like peel it with your hand, because you want to get mostly just those oils.
So you're saying, and the pith, for those of you who may not know, is this white stuff, and it's bitter. Kind of ironic, since you're making sort of a bitter drink. But
Yep.
in this case,
A little too bitter.
Yeah.
It's almost astringent. So then we'll go take these, add them right in. And of course, those were pre-washed. Good to go. And then we'll take the juice from one of these. Let's see if we can't fit that in there.
I can get you a fork if it's not big enough.
Oh, I think I can hand squeeze it too.
Okay.
So we're going to put the juice of just one grapefruit in there.
Can it be either, does it have to be a red grapefruit?
I prefer the ruby reds, but there's rules are meant to be broken, aren't they?
Yes.
So
Here, I'll take that for you. Thank you.
I'm going to put this one in there too. So this is just the base, the most basic, not the most basic, but a very basic form of making tonic. Get some juice going. Do you mind taking that?
Okay.
So just going to put the one grapefruit in. And now what we have left is little dried juniper berries, some chili flake, and a bunch of sugar. This is about a quart of sugar, tablespoon of juniper berries, tablespoon of chili flake, and we got a tablespoon of citric acid right there. Citric acid is going to give it a little bump and just help it preserve and stay fresh, because you're making a decent amount of it.
Yeah, so when you say a little bump, do you mean like a little more tartness?
A little more tartness,
A little
exactly.
more sourness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that bartender talk.
You
A
know.
little bump.
A little bump.
So how long will it last? Since you're putting in the citric acid.
When we make it at work, it lasts, upwards of a month.
Okay.
Yeah, we keep it, but I've never seen it go bad. So it could last much longer.
Yeah, so this would be obviously a great thing to do for a summer party, because you're making such a big batch, and you were saying it's not really worth it to make a smaller batch.
No, yeah, this is almost the smallest you're going to want to make. And just because you don't want to make it for I don't even think it's possible to make 10 worth. It'd be a very small, you'd be making 7 ounces of the syrup or so.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
10 ounces of the syrup.
So you might as well make a big batch and have a party, or just put it in bottles, which you could get at, Pier 1 Imports, any place, any house or a store.
And make a great gift.
And make a great gift.
Yeah, holiday.
Yeah.
Birthdays.
Yep.
Summer parties.
Ideal.
Yeah, so now if you just want to grab some of these ingredients, we can add the rest in.
Okay. Bring these over to you. And this is turbinado sugar, or what kind
This
of?
is just organic granulated sugar.
Okay.
You can use any type of sugar. I prefer this kind.
Just because it's more sustainably produced, or do you like
Sustainably produced, the flavor's great. I've used cane sugar too, just white, CNH before, and it works just as well.
Okay.
But if you want to go organic,
Yeah.
you might as well do it.
Might as well.
Yeah, so if you want to put the citric acid and the chili flake in,
Citric acid, chili flake.
the chili flake gives it a nice, subtle kick at the very end. So that's the whole show right there. We're going to let that simmer for about 20-25 minutes
Okay.
as it goes. When it's done, we're going to strain it all off. But for now, let's move on to the green pepper tonic.
Sure.
All
Bring
right.
that over. All right. Ingredients for green pepper tonic. It's really green. Everything about it is green. So even though these cocktails, these tonics are going to take a bit of time to simmer, we'll probably do that magical thing and leap ahead. We'll have a wrinkle in time.
Yeah, a little movie magic.
Yeah, a little movie magic. So, do you need this bowl?
I do not need that bowl.
All right.
So right here, we got all the ingredients for the green pepper tonic. And as you can see, we have a lot of the same base: the sugar, the lemongrass, citric acid, citrus. And then what changes is basically the core flavor of it, which in the classic is the cinchona bark. And for this one, it's going to be green peppers. So here we have some serrano peppers that are going to be really nice, add some heat, kick to it. And right here we have a poblano pepper, which has real nice green pepper flavor, like bell peppery. And that flavor is called pyrazine, and just adds like a nice green, fresh flavor. Great for
Okay.
summer.
Well, I'm curious though. I mean, isn't the definition of a tonic quinine? Like,
It is, technically.
So are you saying the peppers stand in for that quinine flavor?
They
in
do.
this?
They
Oh,
do. So it's,
okay.
we're obviously bending the rules as we go. But it's from the same base, and, that's why we still call it a tonic. And it has a lot of that, the same ingredients. And
It plays the same kind of role in a drink.
serves the
Okay.
exact same role.
Okay.
This one, will stave off maybe a cold or a runny nose, though.
Okay. A lot of vitamin C in peppers.
Vitamin C, a little bit of heat. So this
Okay.
one we're going to start the same way, but we can just start by adding the sugar, the lemongrass, and the citric acid. Because we're going to have to boil this one for a little while before adding the peppers.
Okay.
Because you don't want to have the peppers in there the whole time, or else you get kind of a cooked pepper flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Which you want to just extract the essence of them and just get a little
Interesting.
heat, little green pepper from them. So
Would it also make the colors kind of swampy?
yeah, it'll turn it a little brown if you leave them in there too long. So we like
Okay.
to put them in there for the final 10 minutes of the boil.
Shall I cut your limes for you?
Please.
Okay, all four?
We're gonna have to peel them first.
Oh, wow. Okay, I'm gonna give this a shot. We need to get some of these Y peelers. Right now at Sunset, we basically have the horizontal peelers.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
those aren't
The
not
ones
as good to get torque on.
No, I can. Oh, this is good, you guys. Get one of these peelers. That's going to be what we do tomorrow. I'm going to put this on our list.
Put it on the
Okay, I'm
list.
not nearly as fast as you. Here, I'm going to let you
Oh,
finish
it's all right.
because you're way faster. Look how jaggedy.
I'm a professional peeler.
Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. There's so many ways to be humbled in life, but all in the purpose of becoming better, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And limes are definitely the hardest because they have such a thin skin. I mean, some limes, these ones definitely have a thin skin, so you're going straight through that pith, grabbing a little bit of the meat, but that's okay.
Well, will this tonic then turn out to be less bitter because it's lacking the
This will be less bitter.
cinchona?
It doesn't have the cinchona, and it doesn't have
cinchona.
the grapefruit peel. grapefruit peel adds a lot of that bitterness too. This one's definitely just gonna be fresher and brighter.
Okay.
And
Lovely.
it's a great pairing with any agave spirit, tequila, mezcal, like that. That's my favorite way to have it. And a lot of people have them with, just a little soda water.
Yeah, actually, this event that I attended at Duende, when Chase was making these tonics, I brought home a bottle of each, and I've just been having it with seltzer when I get home from work. It's delightful. Really especially good when it's hot.
Yeah.
But you're saying that each one of these three is going to be paired with a different spirit, so he's going to make cocktails for you today.
I will.
But just know that, this can all be a mocktail too, and they're great.
Yeah, if you have any, people underage or people who just don't like to drink, makes a perfect gift for them too.
Yep.
So we're going to add the citric acid and then the juice from those limes, and we're going to set that one back.
You can use that for your limes. Great. Yeah, would lemon work in this context too, or?
Like we said earlier, the rules are meant to be broken or at least bent.
Yeah.
If you don't have lemons, I'm sure it would work.
Throw it in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you don't have poblano peppers, I'm sure you could use a bell pepper. Or if you don't have serranos, you could use a jalapeno. Everything's a
But
base.
it is nice to keep the whole palette kind of green.
Yeah.
So
it's funny how it works like that. Everything's
Yeah.
green. In the other one, we had a lot of pink stuff that's cinchona bark. Oops.
you got it. Okay.
There we are.
Great. If you guys are just joining us, I'm Margot True, the food editor at Sunset Magazine here in Oakland, California. And I'm with Chase Henriksen, who is the bar manager at Duende, a Spanish restaurant here in Oakland. And he is making tonics out of all natural, fresh ingredients that are kind of the perfect summer sipper. And it's going to be really hot, so you may need these. In fact, you will need these. I know. I've been drinking them for a while now, and I'm going to probably finish them this week, so I'm really glad that you're here making more.
Yeah, we'll stock up a little bit. Let's get the rest of these in there, and then we'll be good to go on to the next one.
And if you all have any questions for Chase as he's going along, please ask them, and he will answer.
To the best of my ability.
Yes. So far, Chase has answered every question I've asked him. So this is really pretty fun. I have a question for you when you come back about how do you assess the heat of a chili?
Ooh, so.
Yeah, do you have to, without having to eat a piece and burn your taste buds?
Yeah, there's a rating system.
Yeah.
Which is called Scovilles.
Right.
Which I think a Serrano is like a couple thousand Scoville, and a poblano pepper is like 70.
Right.
So it's not hot at all. But we pick our peppers. I originally picked Serranos because they have a really bright, almost like a pink peppercorn heat to them, besides the natural burn. But they're consistently spicy, whereas a jalapeno will range from, you can have 3 of them just in a salsa to like 1 will be melting your face.
Truly, sometimes they just taste like grass. And then, what's the point?
Yeah,
really?
And then sometimes they're the hottest thing you've ever had in your life.
I once, a Mexican chef once showed me a little trick too, that I think, can I use this?
Of course.
Just because it might be helpful, because sometimes you don't know how hot your Serrano is.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's really hot and sometimes you don't. You just cut through right here under the stem so you can get to the membrane part, this white part. You put your finger on there and then touch it to your tongue. And it gives you a somewhat good indication of how hot it's going to be.
Hey, that's a nice trick.
Per individual pepper.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I find that kind of useful.
That is a cool trick.
But just knowing in general, like you said, which chilies are going to be hot and which aren't can steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So, great. So then that is going to percolate along.
It's going to sit down. We're going to let that simmer for about 20 minutes till we add the peppers in.
Okay.
And we can move on to the turmeric tonic, one of the
excellent,
funner, more interesting ones.
That one is just fantastic. I think all of these tonics are so good. But that one, because there's also this turmeric thing going on. You guys probably know. Golden milk, turmeric and everything. Yeah. So this is yet another way to consume more turmeric.
And it has all sorts of health benefits.
Yeah, it does. However, there is one thing about turmeric. Apparently, if you're taking blood thinners, you really should not overdo it on turmeric because they can exacerbate the effect of a blood thinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know they were good for they're anti-inflammatory, so
yes, they
probably
are.
A similar chemical reaction going on there.
Yeah. So, okay, the turmeric tonic.
Turmeric tonic. So if you guys don't know what turmeric is, it's a root vegetable. I believe it's related to ginger somehow. It looks very similar to ginger.
Sure does.
But it is, found in, again, a lot of like Indian food, spices. So that's kind of what brought me to this idea, besides the craze of turmeric. It's like, let's combine flavors from that region into making their own tonic, but without the cinchona. So here we have the chopped up turmeric, lemongrass, of course, sugar, the base. We have oranges that we're going to peel and squeeze in there. And in here we have black pepper, cardamom pods, and coriander.
Wow.
That we're going to toast up that just have a very nice bouquet.
You've already toasted these?
I haven't toasted these ones yet, but they just
They
have a...
smell good already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And once we toast them, they'll pick up a very, very nice bouquet.
And that's a really good point because in Indian food, toasting spices is so important to make them fully release their flavors and fragrances. So it's good for people to know just in general.
Yeah, you can toast a lot of stuff and just makes it pop a lot more. And the cool part about working in a restaurant, I have so many great chefs to lean on, and experienced people are like, why don't you toast those? It'll be better. I'm like, oh, I've never heard of that, but let's do it.
Did it make a difference?
It did, made a huge difference.
All right, all right.
Made it much more pronounced. So again, like the same way we started a lot of those two other tonics, we can start by adding the lemongrass and the turmeric in there.
Okay.
Get it boiling up.
Excellent. Yeah, so quite a lot of turmeric. And the nice thing about turmeric is you can find it in almost every grocery store now.
Yeah, Berkeley Bowl, Whole Foods.
Find it at Safeway.
Safeway, yeah?
Yeah, you can. Lifestyle Safeway, as they call them.
Ooh.
Because
they're rebranding.
Is supposed to be part of our lifestyle now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's awfully nice. You can also make a really good chutney with fresh turmeric.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's very intense.
I bet it has a crazy... Turmeric, if you guys haven't had it before, is like very earthy and very unique. Very unique flavor.
Yeah, it's great. Okay.
Yeah, so we just need to grab a small pan for toasting.
Oh, I can do that. Find you one.
Add the sugar in.
Let's see.
And as you guys can see here, it's already picking up that nice yellow, bright orange yellow color from the turmeric. And it's only been in there for a minute or so.
These are so satisfying.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Immediately see what's going on. Yeah. Should I put these in?
Yes, please.
Oh. Nice.
And while we're waiting for that to heat up a little, just get them to toast until they smoke. We're going to do the same thing that we did with all the rest of the citrus. Oranges are the easiest.
I am definitely getting a Y peeler.
Oh, yeah.
That is great.
I mean, you can do so much with citrus for infusions and flavoring your sangria.
You know, because I have often wondered how are bartenders making these, these beautiful big strips of pith.
Yeah.
Here's the answer.
Here's the answer.
Or zest, I should say.
Yeah. Repetition and having a Y peeler.
Yeah.
So I'm going to toss these two orange peels in and a little bit of citric acid.
Are you going to use the juice too?
We are going to use the juice.
Right. I can cut the oranges for you.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to give these a little stir.
Do you need to stir them, often?
Not super often, but every now and then. If you come take a look at this one, everything's boiling up together. All the flavors are extracting.
Oh, nice. So keep it at a steady simmer the whole way through.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Steady simmer for about 25 minutes. There we go. I'm going to have to turn this one up a little bit.
Okay. If you guys are just tuning in, by the way, I'm Margot True, the food editor at Sunset. This is Chase Henriksen, who's the bar manager at Duende restaurant in Oakland, and he's making 3 different summer tonics that you can pair with alcohol to make a cocktail or just have it with seltzer. Really refreshing when it's hot, which it is today, tomorrow, through the weekend, especially in the Bay Area, and these will really cool you off.
I think it'll be a good treat all summer long.
Yes.
And even into that warm fall we have.
Yeah, indeed. And if you like what you see and know friends who are thirsty and hot, share this link right now. And Chase right now is toasting some spices for this Indian-inspired tonic in which turmeric, totally trendy ingredient and very good for you, is replacing the very bitter cinchona, am I saying this right?
Cinchona.
Cinchona bark, which comes from a tree in Southeast Asia, any kind of rainforest situation, India. And it looks like mulch, but it's just, pulped tree bark that is then steeped to release its natural quinine, which is what keeps malaria away because it repels mosquitoes, which carry malaria.
Yeah, makes your blood bitter.
Yeah, it makes your blood bitter. Well,
yeah. We've done all sorts of fun things because you can really, once you have the base ingredient or kind of an idea of how to create the concoction, we've done things like use Douglas fir and pine needles in place of cinchona bark, and done like a pine tonic that had a quite interesting taste, and we paired that with gin.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. So
more wintry.
Yeah.
Kind of a more wintry.
Yeah,
thing?
we did that I think last December, and so the sky's the limit. You can pick and choose anything you want to add in. If you have favorite flavors, you can just experiment. Start with your base of sugar and lemongrass, and just start adding things from there. And
just, as long as you have one that's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
One ingredient that is. Wow. So how often are you changing up your tonics at Duende?
So we've had 4 in the past year. So we had the classic tonic we've been running for a while, and then we ran the pine tonic in December, and then around spring we came up with the green pepper, and most recently we came up with the turmeric tonic, and we'll see where it goes after this. We think we're gonna try like a very bitter, completely clear tonic with like grapefruit and kumquat and stuff like that. So. But that's all in the test kitchen.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Kumquat does have a certain bitterness. So,
yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So I think it might be time for the magic of TV to sort of skip ahead. How about your spices?
Well, my spices. These are looking pretty good. Getting nice and toasted. So once they get a little toasty, just add them straight in.
This is into your turmeric tonic.
Exactly. We'll cover that. We're going to let that boil for about 20 minutes.
Great.
Turn that one off. And I guess it's time to add the peppers.
Okay. Your green pepper tonic, in which the peppers are taking the place of the quinine, essentially.
Exactly. So you're going to have a little pyrazine, a little heat, instead of the quinine. Add those in. And this is just about 6 serranos and 1 big poblano pepper.
Okay. Poblano, sometimes called pasilla chili. But
exactly.
It really is most properly called poblano, I think. Chilies go by all kinds of names.
Depending on the region, I think.
Depending on the region, yeah.
Who grows it or who's cooking it.
That's right. Okay,
yeah.
I'll get rid of these for you. And then what about the classic? Do you think that might be ready to strain?
I think it might be.
If we're assuming that 20 minutes has gone by.
I think it has.
Okay. I'll get these out of the way.
So I'm going to turn off that back burner. And what we're going to do, since we don't have a sieve on us, or a china hat, we're just going to use 2 mesh strainers.
Oh, so you're just stacking them like that?
Just stacking them, and that'll give a nice double strain.
Oh, very clever. You're probably used to making do when you visit other people's kitchens.
It's
Shall I hold this for you? Would that be helpful?
Oh, no. I think I got it. I don't want to
burn me.
Burn you. but strain it off, and you can see that it picked up that nice color.
Wow.
And it's
beautiful.
catching all the solids.
That is lovely.
And that's that. So you're going to let that cool for a while.
Uh-huh.
Pull this out, our little witch's brew.
Do you want this bowl to put that into?
Thank you.
Okay.
Look at that.
Okay.
And you can see that we have a lot of tonic.
A lot of tonic. So a little bottle like this will serve like 7 drinks?
Yeah.
7 or 8 drinks?
Should we give it a try?
Yes, please.
All right.
Your glasses, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Let's see if he...
Wow. Even the stuff that's left over looks great.
Yeah, and it has that beautiful bouquet of smells.
Probably put a towel over your head and give yourself a facial.
Waste not, want not, right?
You can sit here while we try this.
So we're going to put... Let's see what the measurements on this one is.
I think it's 1.5
Perfect.
ounces there. Yeah.
Well, we're going to put 1 ounce of the syrup, the classic tonic syrup, right in there, because you're making basically a concentrate. 1 ounce. And I think this is best paired with a little bit of gin,
Okay.
because we're going for the classic
Yeah.
gin and tonic at this point.
Now, what kind of gin are you using?
This is the St. George terroir, so it's distilled in Alameda, and they call it terroir because it has 26 botanicals from the surrounding area. Lavender, sage, all sorts of stuff. Foraged in the Berkeley Hills, Sequoia
Wow.
Park. From here to like Briones or Walnut Creek is where all the botanicals are found. So
Okay, so this really is gin for us, right
gin,
here.
gin for us and
in the
tonic
East
for us.
Bay. Yeah. Lovely. Wow, this is going to be really layered with all these flavors in both the gin and the tonic. Is there any kind of gin that would not work well with this classic tonic?
And Old Tom gin, but no one drinks that anymore. That's a sweet gin.
Okay.
But yeah, any sort of dry gin, which is the standard gin, it's gonna be perfect for it.
Okay.
So then we got the gin, we got the tonic. Now we just got to add the bubbles.
Okay.
So everyone has one of these floating around, a little
Yeah.
classic soda water.
Yeah, in this case, it's La Croix, which we're all obsessed with here at Sunset. We drink many, many a day. But now, thanks to your tonic, we could just, combine the two. We've got a ready supply here at work.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Shake it up a little
Well,
notch.
Thank you, Chase.
Of course.
All right.
Cheers.
I'm going to try this one first.
We'll try that one, and I think we can
Oh,
strain
lovely.
off the turmeric.
Wow.
Yeah.
That St. George's gin is definitely like,
It's big.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the tonic stands up to it. There's so much going on in the tonic. All that lemongrass and grapefruit peel and the quinine flavor too, of course.
It's a little different than the store-bought, your Schweppes and your Seagram's tonic, but
I would say so.
Yeah, but
it's delicious.
for the
you
better.
guys. We're posting the recipes also on this site, so if you're looking for them, come back a little later and we'll have them for you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to set these aside because we have 2 more to try.
2 more. We're gonna have
That is
to
delicious.
reuse these strainers.
Okay, I'm going
If you
to
wanna.
get rid of this for you.
Sounds good.
I think I'll go over here. Be right back. All right, let me rinse this out very quickly. Okay. You don't want to, cross-contaminate our tonics. Okay, that ought to do it.
All right.
A picture, yeah.
So using
Voila.
the art of movie magic, we're ready to
Yes.
strain.
Okay.
Grab these. And you'll see almost instantly that this one picks up a bright orange, bright yellow color from the turmeric.
Wow.
Totally different from the other one.
That's pretty amazing considering we've only simmered it probably about half the time.
Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, look at that.
Oh, Lovely.
And you can smell the earthiness.
It's like the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, take this away. But leave it here so we can see.
Yep.
Grab a couple more glasses.
Yeah. So we'll give this one a try. This one is definitely different. It carries a earthiness and
Oh my God, it's really earthy.
a whole different palette.
It really
different
is.
bouquet, should I say.
It makes me feel like I'm gardening.
Yeah.
It's that earthy.
So, as we said, we're going to do the same measurements. We're going to do about an ounce of the tonic. This time, the turmeric tonic. And I like this one paired with rum,
Okay.
personally.
Yeah, you know, I wonder what it would be like. I'm trying to remember. If any of you guys know the name of this alcohol, please let us know. It's an indigenous to India booze that's made with fermented coconut.
Ooh.
Toddy, the toddy shops of South India.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder what it'd be like with toddy. Do you think it'd go well with coconut, like a coconut liqueur? It's fermented coconut.
It depends how far along the coconut is fermented, because I hear a lot of time that it's really sweet. So almost it has a high sugar count. But they also do something called arak, which is in India and Java, and sometimes fermented from coconut, which is like a rum.
Okay.
So it'll be like all the way up to 50% alcohol. And they can do that with sugarcane and coconut, or sugarcane and red rice, which definitely gives like a very earthy wild flavor.
Do you guys have that at Duende?
We do.
Really? You can have red rice liqueur.
You're going to have red rice liqueur? You're going to have to come by and try it.
I'm going to come by. I definitely want to try that. I've never had that before. Okay.
It is hot and earthy,
right.
as you could imagine. But this turmeric tonic might be the perfect pair for it.
Okay. Wow.
But it's similar, but different. Yeah, definitely earthy.
My God, there's so much going on in this. It's sort of like a wave. It keeps rolling out.
You can taste the cardamom and the coriander, and the black pepper gives it a little spice.
Really nice. Wow, this is excellent, you guys. If you like turmeric, you should definitely try this.
And it's good for you.
Yeah, it's really good for us.
It's inflammatory and anti-inflammatory, so it equals out, right?
Okay, so what, have this with steak or something?
Yeah, hey.
I guess.
That'll do it.
Totally excellent.
Should we move on to the
let's move on
last
to
but not least?
To the last but not least, and I'll get rid of this. Wow. The sink is looking really gnarly. Actually, it's kind of fascinating. Okay, here we go.
All right, and I guess we'll go straight into the bowl this time.
Okay, makes sense.
So I'll take the last one, let these peppers simmer with the lemongrass, the lime peel, a little citric acid. And as you can see, it's starting to the peppers are starting to brown around the outside.
Oh yeah.
And that's just about the time you're gonna pull them out.
Okay.
Because it'll keep the greenness in the tonic and it'll keep the freshness. It won't get swampy and it won't get that boiled pepper flavor.
Okay.
So, I'm gonna strain this out.
That boiled flavor isn't fun. Okay.
Probably could have gone a little while longer, picked up a little more greenness, but if you can smell that pepper coming out.
Wow. Beautiful.
Yeah.
All right.
Give it a try.
Yeah, we'll just bring it over here for show and tell.
Yeah.
And obviously, we can just let it sit there.
Yeah, you can smell it. It's crazy how they're all so different and they all carry such a different bouquet.
God, so different. It really just smells like chilies and lemongrass.
Yeah.
God. Makes me want to eat a spring roll with this.
So here we have the finished product once it's been cooled, but made the exact same way we made all this other one.
God, these are so easy.
They're so easy and they're so versatile, and they last for a while, and you can really mix them with whatever spirit you want. I like this one paired with an agave spirit, Mezcal's great with the smokiness. Tequila's really good.
Mezcal, that'd
Yeah.
be great. Sadly, we did not have any mezcal today, but we're going to use tequila.
We'll make do.
Yeah. So if one is to use tequila, you can use any kind of tequila, or is it better with white, like you're using
I'd
now?
use a Blanco. Usually when I'm mixing, I like to use something that hasn't been rested. Because the point of, well, I find the point when you rest a tequila for 2 or 5 or 8 years, it mellows it out and imparts flavors of oak and vanilla from the wood that it's sitting on, and those are meant to be sipped and tasted.
Right.
Whereas a Blanco tequila is a great mixing
Yeah.
tequila. But if all you have is a reposado, by all means,
Then you can use it.
you use it.
And also, does it matter in which order you're adding the seltzer versus the alcohol?
Technically, no.
Okay.
But in bartending lore, you're supposed to start with the least expensive ingredient first.
Why?
Or the smallest ingredient first. Because if you mess up halfway through building it, and you don't start with the alcohol, because then if you put the wrong thing in, you have to dump the alcohol out.
Got
So
it.
you start with the simple syrup, and then the juice.
lime juice, or
and, then the mixer, and then the alcohol, and then the ice.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I mean, it's just ingrained in me at this point.
I'll keep it in mind for my next party.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Show
don't
me your
waste.
great bartending etiquette.
Yeah.
And at work, we sometimes kick this one up a little. We do a Serrano bitters, which is also incredibly easy to make, and we can post this online too.
Wow, bonus.
Bonus. So it's just you get some Serrano peppers and chop them up, and we use pink peppercorns, just dried, and let them steep on a neutral grain spirit, vodka, Everclear if you have it. Let them sit for about a week, and strain it out, and you'll have a nice, basically spicy tincture.
Yeah.
And you can kick it up a notch if you want.
Spicy tincture.
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh, these are so refreshing. Now, could you vary your soda too? I mean, for those who might like La Croix, for instance, makes not a sweet, but has a lime version of this, or so you could use just whatever you have on hand.
Whatever you have on hand. If you want to taste it in its purest form, I would go with a club soda or a seltzer water.
Yeah.
The classic, but if you only have the lime one.
Yeah. Go ahead and use it.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, cheers.
Gosh, Chase, thank you. Feeling cooler already.
This one is my
it's so
personal
good.
favorite. Yeah.
It's awesome.
It tastes like a garden.
It really does, but the chili is so refreshing. It's not hot. It's just very cooling.
Yeah.
This is better than a margarita, you guys.
So it has that flavor you're tasting is called pyrazine.
Pyrazine.
That green flavor, and you
Yeah.
find the esters of it in a lot of wine, like red wines that are
Okay.
older. But it's nice to have it just nice concentrated,
Yeah.
pyrazine with a little bit of spice and
Sure is.
nice agave flavor. So
Well, bravo. Thanks for making these.
of course,
Gosh.
thanks for having me.
Your summer just got a lot better, you guys.